Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the February 27th episode of the Bacon Bets podcast. It is a new week. How was everyone's weekend? Did you miss me the past couple of days? I did not miss waking up at 6 a.m., I'll tell you that. But we got a new week of action here. Last week was the first week of the new format of the Bacon Bets podcast, coming out every morning, Monday to Friday. Like I said last week, now the name of the podcast finally makes sense. It's bacon, it's breakfast, it's morning. It's quick and easy, in and out. My best bets for the play for sports betting action every single day. Last week, though, we didn't get off to a great start. I will recap each week on each Monday. Last week, I went 8, 12, and 1 for minus 4.21 units. Not what I had in mind when I started kicking off the new format of the show. But guess what? If you follow me on Twitter, if you tail my picks that I give out on Twitter in addition to the ones on the show, I did hit Marcel Siem, the German golfer in a DP European World Tour golf event on the weekend. I think, was it the Hero Indian Open? 42-1. So how about that? That makes up for those losses, doesn't it? Now I can't count it, unfortunately, on my record. And actually, I say 8, 12, and 1 for minus 4.21 units. If I count the golf picks I gave out on Tuesday, which I guess I should, that'd be 8, 15, and 1 for minus 7.21 units, which is obviously very worse. But once again, I did hit a 42-1 bet on Twitter. Can't count it against the show record, though, unfortunately. But it's a new week. March Madness just around the corner. Selection Sunday, less than 2 weeks away. Very, very excited for that. And also, I'm going to start dabbling in some NBA on the show. I actually have an NBA pick for tonight as well. I dabbled in some NBA on Saturday, and I did pretty well with my NBA picks. I actually think I went 3-0 or 3-1, I think. Even though I'm not a big NBA guy, I seem to do all right when it comes to betting on it. So let's start dabbling in some NBA as well. But as always, I got some NHL plays. I got 2 NHL plays. I got a college basketball play and an NBA play for tonight. So 4 picks across 3 different sports. So let's dive into the action here. We're going to start off in the NHL, and we're going to start off with a total bet. It is the Red Wings. It is the Senators. I'm going to take under 6.5, minus 115, which I would play up to minus 125 here. These two teams have been scoring a lot of goals recently. But I think we're actually going to see some regression in that area for both of them, because over their last 10 games, Senators are scoring 3.44 goals per game, but they have an expected goals per game of 3.02 during that stretch. That means they're scoring 0.42 more goals per game than what they actually kind of should be. Red Wings have an actual goals per game of 3.27, but an expected goals per game of 2.64. That's a difference of 0.64, over half a goal a game. So both offenses, in my opinion, are overperforming. I don't think they're talented enough to keep up with the high level of scoring that they've had over the past couple of weeks. Now, I know I've been shitting on the Red Wings over the past few weeks, or especially last week. And I shouldn't, but once again, when I see performances that don't match up with kind of the underlying analytics, I have to kind of point it out, and that's the case with this Red Wings offense. Now, the Red Wings goaltender, Ville Husso, has actually been playing extremely well. So I will give him credit. 926 save percentage in the month of February and 9 starts. I'm going to bank on him staying hot tonight. If he does start, once again, I got to say it all the time, that's the issue with recording at 6 o'clock in the morning, is that most goaltenders aren't confirmed. I think it might be Ville Husso. I'm going to hope the Senators go with Mads Søgaard, because he has a save percentage of 919 in his 5 games since being called up. But I think Cam Talbot might be in the lineup for them. But regardless, I think the offenses for both these teams have been overperforming the past couple of weeks. They've been decent defensively. I think 6.5 at minus 115. I think the under is the play to make on that one. So Red Wings Senators under 6.5. I would play it up to minus 125. Don't think it's going to get there, though. I don't expect much movement on this total throughout the day today. The other bet is a moneyline underdog alert. Moneyline underdog alert. I have lost a lot of money betting against the Boston Bruins this NHL season, but hey, why stop now? Give me the Edmonton Oilers as home underdogs in this one, plus 125 against the Boston Bruins. I'd play it down to plus 110, but listen, every single stat I look at, the Oilers outrank the Bruins. I can't take it anymore. I have to keep betting on this Bruins team. You want to talk about overperforming teams, like I was talking about with the Senators and Red Wings offense there in the last pick. Man, this Bruins team, yeah, they can put the puck in the net. Yeah, they can stop the puck. Linus Ullmark will win the Vezina Trophy this year. Not only has he been the best goalie in the NHL, he scored a goal. Was that Friday or Saturday as well, which is every goalie's dream. I played goalie my whole life growing up playing hockey. I always dreamed of scoring a goal. Never did. I think I took a shot once on an empty net, and I think I was wide left. So Linus Ullmark achieved the dream of every goalie out there is to score a goal. He's also been by far the best goaltender, but he's got a tall order in front of him tonight because the Oilers' offense has been electric lately. 4.16 goals per game over their last 10, third in expected goals against in that stretch. Actually, third in expected goals percentage over their last 10 games. So they have an expected goals percentage of 57.54% over their last 10 games. The Bruins are 16th in expected goals percentage over that stretch. So, I mean, I could keep listing off these stats no matter what stat that you look at here. The Oilers outrank the Bruins over their last 10 games. They outrank them in expected goals for, expected goals against, high danger scoring chances for and against, shooting percentage they outrank them at, Corsi percentage, Fenwick percentage. Basically, the only stat that you can look at where the Bruins actually outrank the Oilers, it's save percentage. So this, if you want to bet on the Bruins, you're betting on Linus Ullmark to once again steal the game for them, which is certainly possible. But there's too many other supporting facts to not back the Oilers as home underdogs. Now, if they're on the road, then maybe I wouldn't. But at home tonight, plus 125. They outrank the Bruins in just about everything over their last 10 games except for save percentage. I will take a shot on the Oilers here as underdogs. Plus 125. I'd play it down to plus 110. That's how confident I am. Even if it moves 15 cents, I'll still play it. So those are my two NHL picks for tonight. Let's move on to college basketball. One of the better games of the night tonight. Some Big 12 action here. Oklahoma State against Baylor. I'm going to take Oklahoma State, a very small home underdog in this one. I think the defense is going to be the difference maker in this game, especially Oklahoma State's perimeter defense. Baylor's a three-point shooting team, top 30 or top 32. They're 32nd three-point shot rate in the country. Oklahoma State 36th in opponent three-point field goal percentage, and also at home, teams are only hitting their three-point shots at a rate of 28.6%. Baylor's shooting numbers also significantly worse on the road. But listen to these this defensive advantage for Oklahoma State. 35th in defensive efficiency. Baylor all the way down at 142nd. Baylor's defense, usually see a lot of teams play similar defensively on the at home and on the road, but they're significantly different offensively with their shooting. The case for Baylor is their defensive play falls off a cliff when they hit the road. Opponents have an EFG percentage of 54.3% against them when Baylor is playing on the road. That's 5.6% higher than their opponent effective field goal percentage when playing at home. That's a massive difference. They're also allowing 9 more points per game on the road. That's not good. I think Oklahoma State, I think they're on like a 4-game losing streak. I think it's a little bit of a buy low spot on them here. I will take Oklahoma State plus 105. I would only play to even money, but I have a sneaky feeling by the time you're listening and watching this, you might actually get a better line on this than I did. I think money is going to come in on Baylor. So if you wait, you might get a better line. I got to lock in my bets before recording, so I'll go Oklahoma State, the Cowboys. Plus 105 against the Baylor Bears. Moving on to the first ever NBA pick given out on the show. Big game tonight, Philadelphia against Miami. And I'm going to back, as I do some overlaying graphics there, the 76ers -6 against the Heat here. The Heat are falling off a cliff. On Saturday, I took the Charlotte Hornets plus 5.5. They beat them outright. I think the Heat have now lost, 4 games in a row. Their numbers are dwindling. You look at effective field goal percentage over their last 3 games, second last in the NBA in effective field goal percentage. Even for the season long, their shooting numbers haven't been good. 27th in that category. Now they face an extremely good defensive team in the 76ers, who are 5th in defensive efficiency. This is not the kind of team that you want to kind of break a cold streak on. Heat have also lost their kind of magic on defense as well, because they're never really a good shooting defense in terms of opponent shooting percentage. But they have done, throughout the season, a great job of forcing turnovers. But that hasn't been the case lately either. They've fallen off a cliff when it comes to forcing turnovers, which is probably a big reason for their recent cold streak. And now Philadelphia's offense has actually done the opposite, where they actually had some turnover issues throughout the year, and now they're doing a much better job of not turning it over, only turning it over on 11.6% of possessions over their last 3 games. The Heat are also top 10 in 3-point shot rate. Well, guess what the 76ers do really well? Defend the 3. The 3rd best perimeter defense in terms of opponent 3-point field goal percentage. So we have 2 teams here who are trending in the complete opposite directions. I also think the stylistic matchup advantage goes to Philadelphia. Also, they're at home. So with all that being said, I will lay the points with the 76ers here. Give me 76ers -6 against the Miami Heat. There you have it. Those are my best bets for Monday, February 27th. Just to recap, we got Red Wings Senators under 6.5, -115. Oilers +125 against the Bruins. Oklahoma State +105 against Baylor. 76ers -6 against the Miami Heat. Thank you all so much for watching. Let's have a better week this week. Hitting another 42-1 bet on golf would be fun too, though. Best luck with all your bets. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the new YouTube channel if you're listening to the audio version of this. Rate us and review us. That helps us out quite a bit. Thank you all so much for listening. Gamble or bless. Good luck with your picks tonight, and I will talk to you tomorrow.